Okay, recording. Okay, so recap if you're watching the recording is add 10 people to your network. All right, moving on. 10 new combos a day. If you say to me, I don't know what to say to people, start practicing. Because I cannot tell you for each conversation what to say to that person. I don't know who you're reaching out to. I don't know each conversation. I cannot tell you what to say. Be a human being, right? Pretend you're looking at your husband talking to him. Pretend you're talking to your best friend down the street or your neighbor about the weather, right? It is not hard to go to somebody's page, see their last post, and bring something up. Okay? It's not. And if it's scary to you, just get really good. Sorry, guys. Come on. Get really good at asking simple questions. Hey girl, I noticed that you're really struggling, as a stay-at-home mom, or I saw you got a puppy. How's training going? What's its name? Hey girl, I saw you had a busy week at work. Me too. And doing anything fun this weekend? My go-to question is, hey girl, how was your weekend? It's nothing crazy, right? And 9 times out of 10, it gets a response though, because they're like, oh, it was crazy. I had to work. It was lame. I didn't do anything. I'm like, oh yeah, same. And then I can bring up what I did. And then I'm like, what do you have going on this week? And then you can look at their page and see what they posted about. Oh, I saw you took your kids to the splash pad. Oh, I saw you took your dog on a run. That's awesome. I was trying to get a run in too. Didn't quite make it, but I got a workout in. Are you into fitness? Easy, right? Like, people are on social media for a reason. People share crazy, stupid things, but you can try to relate and bring up questions to then start a conversation. So you need to be doing 10 new combos a day. It's as simple as bringing up your friends list, printing your friends list off, pulling up your friends list, or going to your newsfeed and clicking on the first 10 and messaging them. I'm not asking you to message them about spamming and selling something. I'm asking you to message them to get to know them. Because once you're in their inbox and they respond, they start seeing your posts, okay? That is what we do. We share publicly, so when we message privately, they see what we're talking about and who we are and what we're about. Because I guarantee if they don't message back right away, or they do message you back and it's about nothing Beachbody related, if you have a post from that day Beachbody related or Shakeology related or your workout related, it will come up at some point. Okay? They're either going to ask you about it or you're going to be able to talk about it at some point. So 10 conversations a day. We call those hey girl messages. Hey girl, I love the new haircut you just posted about. Hey girl, I'm so excited you got that puppy you've been wanting. Hey girl, I saw you got a new bike, or you're looking for new tennis shoes, or you got a new job. Congrats, that's awesome. I'm not sure how we got connected on Facebook, but I've been at my job for 10 years, been thinking about a new job. Like, I don't know, anything. Get good at talking to people, right? It could be shooting off into outer space. I don't know what people are interested in, bow hunting, guns. Like, I don't know, ask questions and get to know people. All right. Let me see. I'm working from a list here. All right, 10 invites. So as you're creating these conversations, you're going to have your invites, which are people that you've been talking to, and you're going to prospect them about a challenge group. Hey girl, I noticed you've been trying to eat healthier. I have a 30-day boot camp coming up. We're going to focus on fitness and nutrition, like simple workouts at home, a group, for motivation, support, and accountability. Is that something you would know of anybody that would be interested or you would want details on? Something very simple, okay? And you get 3 responses. You either get 0 response, you get unfriended, or they say, yeah, I'd be interested in details, right? So it's not scary. Don't be offended if they say no, because you're asking, right? If they're not interested, we don't want them in the challenge group, right? But a lot of people are interested, okay? And they want the details. And when they want the details, then you go to the script. And you go, well, I've been doing, exactly into my script, that first part where I say, I got started with this 2 years ago when I had my first daughter. I was struggling with postpartum depression. I could probably say it word for word because I've used it over and over and over. Because I say the same thing because that's my story. So you guys take that script, change it, just say however long you've been doing it, right? mine used to say, I recently got started with this new program called Beachbody. I have a coach with accountability, and you would get to join me on my, while I'm working on my fitness and health goals. We're going to support one another. Is that something that would help you reach your goals or you would be interested in? And then you go into sharing what it is about. And then you get to the price, right? And then here's where, again, they either go silent, they say they can't afford it, or they unfriend you. So if they unfriend you, leave it alone, right? If they're silent, you check in within 24 to 48 hours and say, hey girl, I'm wondering if you got busy or saw my last message, just checking in to see if that's something that's workable for you, or maybe we can get you set up in my next boot camp. I try to host one every, once a month. If not, I have a clean eating group that's coming up, or I have a free webinar on, more on what I do as a coach to kind of earn money towards your challenge pack. Anything to offer them. If they say, no, I can't afford it, or if they go silent, just reach back out to them. A lot of times I open messages, and as a busy mom, I forget to respond, right? And then when I go open my new messages, I forget because it's been opened. I don't see it. I'm not like, oh, Allie messaged me 2 weeks ago about that thing, right? You need to be in charge of your business and follow up because they are also busy. They are also opening messages and then get sidetracked or get a phone call and forget, right? So it's not being salesy for you to follow up and say, I wanted to check in and see if you got that last message. And, is that going to be workable for you to join my next group? Or is that, and when they give you a price objection, there's a huge photo album of price objections, exactly what I say to object why they're, price objecting. And then if it really just seems that it's not something that is workable for them that month, I say, absolutely, I totally understand. I had to save for a few weeks to get started with my challenge pack. I cut out Starbucks, twice a week and was able to save, $20 a week till I was able to get mine. I have a clean eating group. Would you want to join that? Something like that. Or I would love for you to continue to follow me and, to share my journey for inspiration, motivation as you work on your goals. Can I follow up with you in 30 days to see how you're doing? Anything like that makes them feel good, right? Because you're still saying, oh, that's okay. You're not peace out if they don't buy anything, right? We don't want to be that person. So just offer them a solution to, okay, you can't afford it right now, because 90% of the time, the people that say I can't afford it, it's an excuse or it's not the right timing. And if you ask to follow up with them, they're like, yeah, sure. I would love for you to check in with me, right? People feel good when you check in with them in 30 days and you're like, hey, Allie, how are you doing on those fitness and health goals? We had a real conversation. I want to know how you're doing on losing that baby weight. I want to know how you're doing with the full-time job and getting your workouts in, right? And when I connect and make that message, they're like, dang, that girl knows me. I'm not like, hey, Allie, are you ready to buy that challenge pack we talked about? But sometimes people are ready, right? They're like, oh, Bree, right. I'm in a better place. I got a new job. I have money saved. I paid off that bill. I got my truck fixed and now I can, right? Like everybody's life is changing along with yours. So whether in 3 weeks or in 6 months or in 2 years, I have people that I've messaged in the very beginning of this business that might never sign up for a challenge pack because they're not the right person. And I could have said all the right things, right? I could say all the wrong things to the right person and they might still be interested. So don't ever discredit anybody and don't ever say, I'm not going to follow up with that person because they said it was too much. You never know when somebody's going to hit the lottery, when somebody's grandma's going to give them some money just because, or it's their birthday, right? Or they come into some funds or they get a work bonus. You never know. Mine was simply like, oh, I've been doing this AdvoCare thing. I'm going to return that and buy my challenge pack, right? My coach followed up with me. I was like, actually, I got told about this AdvoCare thing and yeah, it didn't work. And I'm breastfeeding and now I can't use it. And so I was able to return it. So yeah, I'm going to buy this challenge pack. If she hadn't checked in with me, I probably would have spaced it off, right? I would have returned it. I would have had the money go back into the bank and it would have got spent on something else. I was trying to cut out Starbucks to save for a challenge pack and just happened to have this AdvoCare stuff sitting around that I was able to return part of it, whatever, and got started. So you never, ever know. Don't ever discredit somebody. If it's checking in with them twice a week in the next 30 days, whatever, I always highlight them on my list and put a yellow and say, they want to be followed up with. Because then I can reach out and say, hey, Emily, how are you doing with your goals? I have another group coming up. Is that something that would be more workable now? It's not weird when you're asking about their goals. You're asking and interested in how they're doing. Okay, so we've gone through 10 convos, 10 invites, and adding 10. So the convos and invites go together. So that's 1. So we're on number 3, 10 follow-ups a day. The follow-ups are what we just kind of discussed. Those people that price object, don't answer, don't reply. People that are like, yes, please follow up with me in 30 days, or right now is not a good time, we're going on a trip in 2 weeks, or whatever the objection is, or, just checking in with people. Maybe you haven't gotten to talk about a challenge pack yet, or a challenge group, or their fitness and health goals. Maybe it's just somebody that, is a conversation that died off, right? And you can be like, hey girl, how was your Labor Day weekend? Realized we hadn't chatted in a while. How are you doing? It's great after holidays. I love holidays. Like 4th of July, I was all about all my follow-ups. Hey girl, what'd you do for 4th of July? It's easy. You copy paste that message to every single person on your list that you've ever talked to, right? Because what does that do? It gets you back in their brains. You're posting about staying on track through a holiday. You're posting about your workouts through the holiday. And then you go hit people with a message on Monday and say, how was your Labor Day? Well, Labor Day's on Monday. So Tuesday, how was your long weekend? Did you do anything fun? And you've posted about tips on how to stay clean during the holiday. You've posted about your workout before you go to the barbecue or the pool, right? And it's a very easy question to say, hey girl, what'd you do this weekend for Labor Day? You don't have to care about 5,000 people's Labor Days, but you do have to care about checking in and asking and creating that conversation and that relationship. It makes you real, right? You're being genuine. So it creates you in their mind again. And they're like, oh yeah, Emily. Oh, she made that post. Oh, I'm going to start following her more, right? It just brings that back up. So 10 follow-ups a day of people you've already talked to, they're either going to reach out to about a challenge group again, or just ask another question and get the conversation going. Go and see what they've posted about that week. Ask how their weekend was. Ask how their week was. Ask how the new baby is, how the dog is. Again, following up, conversing with them. All right, we hit 4, right? Yes, okay. So out of those 4, every single day, whether I was sick, puking, pregnant with her, the day I had her, I literally went into labor and had her and did my power of 4 every single day, even when I had her. Like I literally nursed her and she laid in her bed and then Aaron was holding her and I was like messaging people. That is how consistent, sickly consistent I want you to be. Because if you're growing a business, you have to set pockets of time aside to do this. Otherwise, you will just backpedal and say, I want this. And if you're fine getting the discount and you just want to be in challenge groups, that's totally fine. This business is not for everybody or meant for me to push you into something that you don't want to do. But for the people that are showing up to the calls, like you're on this call because you want a business, right? You see the potential, but you have to take it and do it. I had to do it day in and day out, and guess what I did? I tripled those numbers to get where I'm at because I was like, I want to quit my job in 6 months. And my coach was like, girl, I did it, right? Because instead of adding 10, I added 30. Instead of talking to 5 people a day, I talked to 50 a day and stayed up till 2 in the morning. I got up before I went into work and did my workout, and I messaged for an hour. I listened to personal development in my car over audibles because I didn't want to take the time to read, but I wanted the inspiration and leadership trainings. So I listened to it on my phone on the way to work while I was in the shower. I listened to national wake-up calls, the Monday calls that we all get as training from top leaders. I listened to those recordings in the shower, again on the way to work, every single Monday. Okay? If you want this business bad enough, you will do those things daily. When my coach said, hit Success Club, that's what every single successful coach has done. I was like, okay. So how many people should I talk to? And she's like, till you hit it. And I was like, okay, right? It's the 10th. I have never been at Success Club 2 in the last 6 months. I've never been at 2 in the middle of the month. But guess what? I'm like, I hit it every single month. That's what a coach does. This is my job. This is my business. This is my livelihood. We're talking about Aaron quitting his job because of this income in this job. That's how serious I am about buckling down and making sure I do that. Whether I have a cranky baby, a crazy toddler, I have a dog that needs surgery. I'm like, I didn't even know dogs got surgery, I guess. I don't know. Like, that is what you do, is you show up, right? You do the power of 4 every single day, before date night, before movie night, before cheat meals, before and after your workout, and you be proof that this is possible. Because if you want to grow a team, oh, yes, you want to see? If you want to grow a team, you have to prove that it's possible to do it. I proved that I could do it with a full-time job and a baby at home, right? It wasn't like, oh, look, I have all this freedom and now I run this business. It was like I got down, buckled down, did the grind, and then I get to share about the freedoms. But what did I share about before? I shared about how I was getting my workouts in, the challenge group. Every single day I shared about how my challenge group kept me accountable, because without that, no, I was not getting up at 4:30 in the morning doing no Shanti workout. Like, that just was not going to happen. But because I was in the challenge group and was like, oh, well, I don't really want to check in that I didn't do my workout, right? Like, that accountability and sharing every single day about what Beachbody culture does. These team calls are fun to share about. Guess what I got? A group of best friends, of girls that I can reach out to anytime I want or need something. I feel like any one of you I could reach out to, or you could reach out to me and say, I'm having a rough day. Simple as that, right? Maybe I don't respond right away, but I guarantee within 24 hours, I'm like, hey, you know, it's going to be okay. You got this, right? That is huge. You don't need $1 million paycheck to say this business is amazing. You don't need a status of rank, you know, star diamond, 15-star diamond, elite, premier, whatever, to say this business is worth it. Because I, from the get-go, thought it was worth it because of what I gained. Confidence in myself, leadership. I never thought of myself as a leader, right? But I found myself being more consistent than I had ever been in my life. I had never wanted something so bad. I had never been so passionate about something because I saw the bigger picture. I saw in a year retiring myself, and within 6 months I did that. I see now sitting down and having realistic conversations about Aaron quitting his job. That is terrifying to me. But every single thing in this business, if it doesn't scare you, then you got to think bigger, because everything that you think about is possible if you put in the work. If you don't make excuses and just grind it out. It is not fun every day to add friends to your network. It's not fun to follow up with my 10. But the business side of it, after you get good at it, just consistent, clearly consistent about it. It's nothing. Like, it's super easy for me. I pop on my computer, I check in with my challenge groups, I get to go live, I get to share my story, and now I have this story that I built on, right? You're building on consistency, and people see that. People see this, start seeing the transformation of, hey, that chick was like, last year, like, I don't know, she's making some videos, but she didn't seem very confident. And now they're like, oh, they're watching videos, like, she must be doing something. I'm like, yeah, personal development, right? I have more things to share about. And so do you see how each part connects to your business, right? I don't tell you to read a book to waste time. I tell you to read a book to become a leader, to be a better version of yourself, to have better posts, to share your story easier, right? I wake up in the morning and I am not motivated before my coffee nursing a baby. But while I listen to my personal development, I then can wake up, drink my water, have my coffee, and I'm ready to make a post because I'm like, light bulb moment for my personal development. Thank you, make a post, right? Easy, take a selfie, filter it a little because I'm not like gorgeous in the morning. Like, that kind of stuff is what I do every single day. I didn't need $1 million paycheck. I didn't need to talk about retiring myself from my job. All I had to do was do the things that I did in my challenge groups, that I asked my coaches to do, that my coach asked me to do. The very simple things of work on you and share that through your social media and through messaging. Share your transformation and be unapologetically consistent, okay? Don't ever make an excuse, because the excuse is fine to me. You don't want to do it? I will find coaches that do see the opportunity. That's totally fine. If you want a discount on Shakeology, like I said in the beginning, and you want to be in a challenge group and have the motivation, that's not my call to make, right? That's totally fine. But if you tell me that you want a business and I say, well, how many people did you add to your friends list this week? How many people did you message last night before you went to bed, right? And you tell me, oh, well, it's been kind of a rough week. I didn't really add anybody. I didn't message anybody. Oh, well, no wonder you're not at Success Club or don't have any coaches on your team, right? If you're not messaging people, what do you want me to do? Like, I can't do it for you, but I can tell you it's possible. And I can tell you that those consistent things every single day will build this business. But you can't stop and then start 6 months later and then start again and expect it to grow really fast, right? If you take a break, you've got to start from square one and get really consistent with the basics. You can't pop on and be like, all right, team, right? Some of those coaches have gone inactive. Or, if I let a conversation sit for too long, they're like, sorry, I signed up with a coach that followed up with me. That happens to all of us. So being very consistent every single day is important. I just had a girl yesterday be like, oh, I didn't even know you were coaching anymore. I'm like, wait, what? Excuse me? Like, hello? I see you at the pool every day. Like, okay. She had no idea. So she ordered something through Amazon. She's like, oh, you're still doing that coaching thing? I'm like, how do you not on my page? Okay. That is why you have to be consistent on follow-ups, consistent on messaging people. Because she didn't even, I was like, dude, did I not just post about my next challenge group? No? Okay. That right there showed me, I was like, people don't see your stuff every single day. So don't be weirded out about posting it. Like, you guys see me post about the coaching opportunity, about Shakeology, about my lifestyle every single day. Because as you're adding new people, if you're adding 10 friends on Monday, Tuesday, they're going to see your post, right? Or Wednesday, they're going to see your post. They might not know what you posted last week about your challenge group. They don't know that you're doing Shaun T Max 30. They don't know that you drink Shakeology or that you have it to offer them or a challenge group to offer them or are there to coach them and help them, right? To you, you're a stranger. Oh, cool. I saw one workout video. I have no idea what it is. She's into fitness. That could be it, right? That could be their, all right, sweet. They might see 2 posts and scroll kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, she seems nice enough. Add her. You have to be consistent every single day so people know that you have something to offer, that you're not going anywhere. And then when you reach out to them, it's not weird. All right, so recapping the magic of 10. Add 10 people, which means you got to send about 15, 20 friend requests, right? Unless you're a really, really, really nice person, everybody adds or takes your friend request and accepts. I usually have to send about 20 to get 10 to 12. All right, and then don't forget to go delete the friend request that you've sent before you send new ones. Otherwise, Facebook will put you in jail, and you won't be able to friend for a few days. 10 new convos a day, 10 invites a day, 10 follow-ups a day. Be utterly consistent with that, and I guarantee you, you will watch your business expand and grow, okay? Like I said, I tripled that. I was like, I want to quit my job. My boss and I are not vibing. You can do more than that. Do what it takes to grow your business how you want it. But those things are what you really need to be consistent in every single day. All right. And then I was going to just say, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So your actions tomorrow will speak volumes of the reaction that happens in your business. If you don't add to your network and you don't talk to people, you probably won't hit Success Club or rank advance or grow business. If you talk till you're blue in the face and you add friends every single day, like 50 a day, and you start learning about social media and growing a like page and getting on Snapchat and just trying to figure out Instagram, yeah, your business is going to react and show that you are doing that, okay? My business didn't just happen. I didn't just sit there and sign up as a coach and go, well, perfect, I've arrived. It's easy now, it's smooth sailing. No, I still sit here and go, I'm at Success Club too. What do I do? And Erin's like, are you doing what you tell your coaches to do, that invite thing? And I'm like, yes, babe, I am doing that invite thing. Thank you very much. But it means I have to do more, right? Maybe it's a hard month. Maybe I kind of used up my well of people that I've been talking to and I need to find new people. Maybe I haven't been adding. I have to go back and look at my list and say, was I consistent? Nope. Wasn't consistent in talking to new people. That's where I went wrong, right? So tracking it and knowing where did I miss. Last month, I didn't talk to as many new people as I should have, so I don't have as many conversations to follow up and invite to a challenge group this month. That's what I'm running into. I think that's it. Any questions? You did so good. Was this helpful in breaking down what I do? Because I literally do that every single day without fail. Whether I come up with an awesome workout video or I'm on some other type of social media thing or I do other trainings, I do that without fail, because that is what the meat of your business is going to be based around, is talking to new people, finding new people, and then keeping those relationships going with the people you've already added. Yes. And you. And nursing. That is my 5th magical moment. Was this helpful? I'm glad you guys were able to jump on. If you're in that 21-day coach class, I've kind of switched it up this month. Usually I post like, hey, what to post examples. But I've just kind of been mixing it up with some different training and stuff, trying something new. So if you're in there, it's probably going to be different content. So make sure to be checking that page out. Otherwise, join our team calls. I have some guest speakers coming up in August and September. Some like coaches that I think would be great for you guys to hear. I've been recording most of our team calls and putting them on YouTube. So if you can't make it live, make sure you listen to those. And then again, make sure you're listening. I mentioned personal development. The national wake-up calls have been amazing. They share exactly what you need to hear. Like, I feel like I get on a national wake-up call and like, how did they know I was struggling with that? Like, literally every single time. I'm like, oh, yeah, other people, yeah, she's like a top coach and she's still doing that. Cool, okay. I guess I shouldn't complain. Like, it's just normal people working the business and them sharing helpful tools. That's why they do it. That's why they have the national wake-up call. So if you can't get on at 10 o'clock, they post the recording within an hour. I listen to the national wake-up call probably 3 times through my week, the same call over and over. Or you can get a podcast and listen to previous calls that you've missed. But I would highly suggest that. I highly suggest personal development. Listen to it. If you don't have time to read, listen to it, right? We're always listening to music in our car or have the TV on in the background. Swap those things out for personal development. Listen to the same book that you're trying to read, right? Like, I'll buy a book and it takes me like 5 months to actually read the book. But I listen to it like twice on Audibles, right? Because as busy moms, we're like cooking dinner. I can, instead of turning on the TV behind me, I'm like, get rid of that TV, babe, because I turned it on. I need to be listening. Like, I listened to Gary Vaynerchuk of How to Grow My Business. And he's like, if you're not researching and doing this, then you suck. And I'm like, okay. Like, listen to this stuff. Like, it literally helps boost your self-esteem. If anything else, you don't need to listen about like business building books or how to be a Beachbody coach. You need to listen to stuff like, hey girl, we all struggle. You got this. Just breathe. That kind of stuff. I'm like, oh, why, thank you. Like, that's great. Like, it helps me. And I've been a way more rounded person, a calmer person, just more centered individual. Because my anxiety is crazy. I still have days where I'm like, I can't do this. Or I freak out about, ranking. Like, we have like team calls with corporate on Tuesdays, and I like missed it. And I was like, oh my God, I wasn't on the call. Like, freaking out. My anxiety was high. I was like, just listen to personal development. Read more personal development, because it will help you. Because this business is not easy. It's not all butterflies and like Snapchat filtered rainbow crowns. Like, it's hard. You have to show up. And the people that show up consistently are the ones that are making it, the ones that are creating an income for their families, right? I sit here and I'm like, I wish I was further. I've been in this business 2.5 years. Like, what's going on? But I know that I'm going at my pace, and I know that all I've done is been truly consistent, right? My coach made it further faster because she did a lot. And she she just did 15 times the power of 4, right? She messaged like 500 people a day, quit her job, like way before they were making the income too. So she's like, I have to make this work. Like, there are things that you can do in this business way faster than I did or slower than I did, depending on your speed, depending on how, many people you're reaching in a day and how much you're willing to put into it and sacrifice. You can grow way faster than me. For me, I've set a tone, I've set a pace, and I'm like, all right. And then Erin's like, when can I quit my job? I'm like, I better speed it up again. So there is definitely, it's not a one size fits all. And I don't want you to think that on our team, it's a one size fits all. I'm here to help you figure out what you want out of this business. And if it's truly a business and a full-time income that you want, then talk to me. Or like, you see what I do every day and the commitment it took when I worked a full-time job. It was hard, but it was so worth it, because within 6 months, within a year, you're able to have that freedom and share about leaving your job, share about creating a full-time income from home. And it's so worth it, because 1 year of hard work has now changed our life forever. I didn't know I was going to have another baby, but I was able to be home through my whole pregnancy, and I was so sick, I probably would have lost my job anyway, because I wouldn't have even been able to go to work. So there's a lot of things that you can do with this business. I just want you to know that there's no one size fits all. I see all your faces, and you have completely different goals than what I might have had in the beginning, right? It might just be to pay for Shakeology and I want to sign up a friend here and there. Or it might be I want a full-time income in this year. Like this next quarter, I'm going for it. At the end of the holidays, I want to buy Christmas presents for all my kids with Beachbody money. Whatever it is, I want to help you, but you have to show up and be consistent in those things, because I cannot do that for you, and I can't make you want to do that, right? It has to be a self-focused initiative to do it every single day for a longer period of time than a month, because I have coaches start and do that for a month, and they're all gung-ho, and they're like, yeah, I'm going to do it. And then they're like, well, I didn't make $1 million, so I'm probably just, this isn't for me. And I'm like, but you did it for 30 days, so how are you supposed to know that, right? Okay, I'm done. Hopefully this was helpful for you guys, and you can all get to your to-do list. I'm going to go finish my to-do list because I was at the pool all day with Soph, and that's the awesome part of this business is you can do your pockets time whenever. So I'm about to put the kids to bed, and I'm going to sit here for an hour and message people. But, I was able to be at the pool with my kiddos, so it was worth it. Yeah. Have a good night, guys. Thanks for hopping on. I will talk to you guys later. I'm really trying to do these every Wednesday. I just had some crazy traveling stuff, so with Summit and all that, I wasn't on. But usually I'm doing new coach, just talking about the basics, stuff like that, helping you guys as you grow your businesses. So Wednesdays at 9 are usually when I do them. I will see you guys on the team call on Friday. Bye.